guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match. Barcelona beat Galatasaray by 2-1 in the Turkish Hell Stadium, and oh my god, I am over the moon. What a result for Barcelona this was, and now we progress to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Pique, Garcia, Jordi Alba, with the midfield three of Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and the front three of Adama Traore, Aubameyang, and Ferran Torres, with the subs being Dembele, Xavi, Araujo, Lenglet, and Memphis Depay. So overall, team performance on the night, I'm going to give it a very strong and solid 7 out of 10. I don't think we were fantastic. I don't think we were poor. We were kind of, in the middle. We were up and down a lot during the game. In the first half, we were pretty poor. Our passing in the first half was absolutely atrocious. The exact same against Galatasaray at the Camp Nou. Passing was awful, and of course, we conceded from a corner kick. Ferran Torres lost his man. Of course, Jordi Alba's poor marking led to the corner kick. We were 1-0 down, but we made a beautiful goal down the left-hand side with Ferran Torres. He laid it off for Pedri. The world-class composure from the 17-year-old or 18-year-old, however old he is. Unbelievable finish. He made it 1-1 going into halftime. Second half, from like the 45th minute until the 60th, we absolutely killed Galatasaray, and we got that second goal from Aubameyang. It was, I think, a ball into the box by Jordi Alba. Headed clear, Busquets with a long shot, and Aubameyang kind of deflected it a little bit. Great save by Naki Pena. Rebound dropped to Pedri, another great save by Naki Pena, and then De Jong crossed it back into the box for Aubameyang to hit it into the open net. After that, we controlled the game. Of course, Galatasaray had some sniffs here and there, but not many shots on target. I think the Van Aanholt shot was close, and then the corner kick goal. That's all they really had in this match. But the last 10 minutes, we just passed it and kept the ball away from Galatasaray. It was Xavi ball at its finest. So overall, team performance rating for me gets a very solid 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. Let's start, of course, with the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. I will give Ter Stegen a 6 out of 10 for the goal. Couldn't really do much. It was pinpoint perfection in the bottom left-hand corner. Passing up from the back was decent today. And other than that, he had no other, he had nothing to do really. He sat there. Of course, there was pressure, there's intensity, there's some great deflections that he caught, shots that went straight at him that he controlled well. But other than that, he really didn't face any difficulties during this match. So overall, I will give him a 6 out of 10. Into the center back pairing, we'll start on the right hand side with Gerard Pique. Gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Now, Xavi just confirmed that he went off because he has some discomfort. Hopefully, he can play the Clasico, but I think Pique, again, the silent assassin, just goes out there and does what he had to do. Passing out from the back was brilliant from him. He's one of the only few players that passed the ball well throughout the whole entire game. Aerial duels today were superb, and overall his defending today was fantastic. Without him, this could have been a different result for sure. Again, Pique, world class in this game, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. And his center back partner was Garcia. Maybe giving him a little bit of generous center out of 10. I wouldn't be able to give him maybe an 8 if he didn't get that yellow card. But again, felt like he was very strong. Had some few misplaced passes here and there in the first half, like the rest of the team, to be honest. But I felt like he defended well, did what he had to do. Of course, his control from the back was very good. He made a lot of deep lying runs into the midfield as well. From the center back position, he'd run all the way to like their own box. Those were some great runs. Overall, the goal that was conceded was not his fault. So overall, I think a very strong 7 out of 10 is fair for Garcia. Into the fullbacks now, we're talking about Serginho Dest in the right back position. For me, he gets an 8 out of 10. And also my man of the match. I thought Dest today was absolutely world class. I think his defending today was probably one of the best on the pitch alongside Gerard Pique. His pace in defending as well was brilliant. Up and down the pitch, going forward, he was doing very well. Maybe his decision making in the final third wasn't that great. And he had that number 7 for Galatasaray, their best player, on lockdown. I think he got turned maybe once, but apart from that, I think Destiny was fantastic. Of course, went off injured. Hopefully, it's not serious. Hopefully, he'll be out for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, but I doubt he'll play the Clasico. Anyways, it will be Dani Alves at right back. Overall, Dest for me, very good. Gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Now, at left back was, of course, Jordi Alba. I will give Jordi Alba a 7 out of 10. Now, I felt like going forward today, he wasn't that great, and also his passing today was pretty off, especially in the first half as well. But I thought, again, like all the other games that we're seeing, he's defending very well. Of course, had that little bit of the bottle incident there near the end of the game with Galatasaray, gave them the big end, and of course kicked the ball against them, which I thought was kind of funny. But for his performance, I think he defended well. I think going forward could have been a bit better. I felt like he connected very well with Busquets and Garcia in that triangle on the left-hand side. And again, in the final 10 minutes, we were passing it a lot. He was perfect. He made the overlapping runs, did what he had to do. So overall, Jordi Alba for me gets a very solid 7 out of 10. Into the midfield now, we'll start with the CDM El Capitano Busi. I mean, oh my god, it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. And I felt like in the first half, he wasn't that great. I think he did what he had to do still. He was doing his normal role. He had some very, very poor passes. But in that second half, he was absolutely world class. The flicks, the turn, everything, and I mean everything went through him in that second half. And of course, his shot led to the second goal as well. I feel like Busquets in that second half probably almost like maybe 9, 10 out of 10. But in that first half, probably was maybe a 5 or a 6. So I gave him an 8, but I felt like in that second half, I mean, he was... the silks and the turns were on fire. So overall, Boosie for me gets an 8 out of 10. Now on the left-hand side of the midfield, it was, of course, Pedri who got that first goal. I will give Pedri an 8 out of 10 as well. I would have taken him off for Xavi, but Xavi kept him on, and I felt like that was the right decision now. Thank God I'm not the manager, because I think Pedri in that final 20 minutes was key to Barcelona winning that game. The passing, again, the flicks, the turns were superb, and of course, his goal is the reason why we're in the quarterfinals. The composure and the golazo. I mean, madre mia, this kid is something special. We have probably one of the best midfielders in the world in our midfield, and I'm so happy with him. I felt like, again, I feel like his passing was probably the better of the players overall in the game. Like with Pique, he was up there. I think in the first half, didn't have that many misplaced passes, but kept on always looking for Ferran, which I think is a bit annoying. I think he can, switch the play to Adama, go in the middle to Alba. He always kept giving it to Ferran, but apart from that, I think Pedri was absolutely superb, and I will give him an 8 out of 10. And on the right-hand side of the midfield, it was Frankie de Jong. Only played an hour, but I will give him a 7 out of 10. His performance probably like a 6, 6.5. I gave him that 7 for the assist for the Oba goal. I felt like he was, one of those players whose passing in the first half was very, very poor. But in the second half, he came to it. His energy in the midfield was superb. Of course, missed that chance in the first half as well to put us 1-0 up. The thing is with Frankie, I think he doesn't know when to drive forward and when to pass it back. I feel like sometimes in the game he's a bit lost, but I feel like his entry in the midfield was so important today. So overall, I will give Frankie a 7 out of 10. Into the front line now. What's up with Adama Traore at right wing? He'll get a 5 out of 10 for me. Of course, got chopped off at halftime as well. He's just so damn predictable, Adama. He does the same thing every time. Now I think Barcelona are going to question whether or not to buy him or swap him with Trincao or something like that, because he has the ability, but he keeps doing the same thing. At least with Dembele, he has 3 things in his locker. Speed, does that right turn, and then does that left cut inside. You don't know which one he's going to do. But Adama, same thing. Flip, flip, flap, flap, cross. Flip, flip, flap, flap, step over, cross. It's the same thing over and over and over again. And today, Galatasaray double teamed him and isolated him, and he didn't have anything else to do. I felt like it was one of his worst performances. Of course, he came in January. Not going to attack him too much, but today he was definitely the worst Barcelona player on the pitch, and I will give him a 5 out of 10. At the left wing position, it was Ferran Torres. I will give Ferran a 6 out of 10. I was going to give him a 5, but I think his energy and his intensity and his pressure in the last 20 minutes was very, very key, so I will give him a 6. Again, his finishing today was not that great. Of course, hit the bar, I think, in that at the end of the game. He had a misplaced chance in the first half as well. I feel like Ferran thinks that the whole Barcelona Culé fan base is just watching him when he plays, so he always feels like he has to do something extra. I hope he goes back and just keeps it plain and simple. Just go down the line, cross it in, connect with Pedri. I felt like he always tried to take everything on by himself today. But again, I think in the last half an hour, 20 minutes or so, he was very, very important for the team, pressing and his passing as well. So overall, wasn't too bad for Ferran today, and I will give him a 6 out of 10. Into the substitutions now. The subs were Dembele, Araujo, Lenglet, Memphis, Depay, and Xavi. I'll give them all a 6 out of 10. Although really had, that big impact. They all came in, did what they had to do. I felt like Xavi's energy in that last 20 minutes or so was superb. Was a bit shaky with Lenglet, the back there with him and Garcia, but in the end he came out okay. I think Dembele did better than Adama for sure, but could have done, a bit better. Of course, Memphis came on last few minutes, had some shots, and it is what it is. So overall, all the subs for me gets a 6 out of 10. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager. Xavi Hernandez. I will give Xavi today an 8 out of 10. I feel like his subs today were very, very important. He used all 5 subs. They all had, a similar impact to the game. They all had that importance. Starting lineup, I think it was okay, except for Adama starting. I would have started Dembele after his 3 assists against Osasuna over the weekend. Of course, Garcia starting. Him or Araujo will bring the same thing. Of course, Araujo is a better defender, but Garcia is a better passer, so he went with the better passer in this match. And I think his management in the last 20 minutes of the game was world class, having that, Xavi ball just passing it around, frustrating Galatasaray, getting some fouls. That was brilliant. And of course, at halftime, I have no idea what he said to them, but they came out a different monster. Of course, the first half was poor. Can you really blame him? I don't think so. The passing of the team in that first half was dreadful. In the second half, though, was much, much better. In the end, Barcelona progressed to the quarterfinals. So overall, I will give Xavi an 8 out of 10. So that was my match review for Galatasaray versus Barcelona in the second leg of the round 16 in the Europa League. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly is your thoughts on the performance, of course your player ratings, your manager ratings, and your sub ratings. And lastly, who do you think Barcelona will draw in the next round tomorrow in the quarterfinals? And I will see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along for the draw. Make sure you tune in for that. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.